Hello and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. In this video, we're going to take a really quick look at Fly the Line, short haul edition. This is a new career mode from Just Flight and Polar Sim. Now, I've done one flight with it. Keep that in mind. I've done one single flight. The video is in the description below through a live stream, about 2-hour live stream or so, and did what we could do to get things started with Fly the Line. But essentially, people ask, what is Fly the Line? Well, if you've ever used a Pilot's Life Chapter 2, if you ever used On Air, NeoFly, New Sky, the default career mode in 2024, these are all career modes for flight simming. And this is just another one of those. Well, what makes it different than the competition? Should you switch over if you have APL? Why even buy one when you have the career mode built in to Flight Sim 2024? Well, those are questions you have to answer for yourself. I can provide you with some of the details of what this software does, but you have to decide what kind of flying you do. Now, to be upfront, foremost, if you do GA flying, this probably is not the one for you. Could you make it work? Probably, but it's not really ideal for GA flying, at least currently. Maybe in the future, who knows? I don't know anything about that part. What I do know is that it is great for airliners, which ranges from props to the actual jetliners themselves. And the cool thing is you can have a whole bunch of different planes. So all the planes, that's pretty much all the planes that are in your library, your real life library for the sim, you could fly with Fly the Line. So that in that case is very similar to what a Pilot's Life Chapter 2 offers, which is your flight. You can go ahead and choose any aircraft that you have a license for. In this case, there are no licenses for the planes. You just go ahead and pop in and fly them. And that is where this aircraft button is. So you can see I do have the max currently in there. You can do 16 different planes. And as of right now, like I said, I just have the max installed for Fly the Line. But I can go ahead and throw my Phoenix in there. I can throw the CRJ, the E-Jets, the 777, etc. Right? Okay, go to the main menu here. You have your different profiles, which is really, really cool as well. One thing I really wish that APL had, a Pilot's Life, is having different profiles. In case of a Pilot's Life, you have to have a completely different copy of it to have a different profile. This is cool because if you don't want to fly, for example, I'm flying with Delta Airlines, and hey, guess what? Thanks to a good friend over on Kipping the Grounds channel, he gave us tips that Delta Airlines actually has that space in between. I didn't know that. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? The the empty profile here button allows you to make a different profile, so you can have multiple different ones on here, which is really, really cool, and one of the best features, I think, of this program itself. Now, go ahead and click on continue. This will bring me into the profile again. I've done one flight. You can check out that live stream. Minneapolis to Crap here. Crap, Rapid City. South Dakota has 5 cities in it. But anyways, this is one of those cities. And on that flight, the score, wasn't as good as I'd like it to be. Let's look at that logbook real quick. This is cool. So it does break down your flight like every other career mode does, right? It gives you the basic details. Sync rate, well, this is your landing rate. That's how it's set in other programs, right? So -76, I'm very good on that one. Touchdown zone, 85% in the touchdown zone. So I can do better on that one. My score overall was a 74. So I got dinged on a couple things, right? And it says wind. Well, I was like, what the heck does wind mean? Wind means tailwind. And I was using the Beyond ATC, which unfortunately gave me the wrong runway based on the weather at the time. So you need to be conscious about that. If you are using Beyond ATC, same tensions, FS HUD, VATSIM, the default ATC in the sim, make sure you do not land with a tailwind. You will lose points on that for sure. Landing over here, we look at the data, feedback in it, tailwind, there is that hit for sure. Now it does bring you other information as well. So if you look at takeoff feedback, it tells you what you did well in it, or if you had any opportunities in that as well. So very cool how it does break down quite a bit of the stuff. And you click on route, you can go ahead and play your route there, and it'll give you all the information going on up here, the flaps, the altitude, V-speed, all that jazz. So very, very handy. One thing that I thought was really, really cool is it does give you a whole kind of like a pre-flight introduction, or not, a pre-flight like story per se. And I can't get it to show up for some reason now. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So if we click on this button here, right here, it gives you a story. So it says, hey, like stereo, preparing you for your first flight. Here's some information on the airport. It gives you the wind. So it's giving you like a briefing for your flight, which is so freaking cool. I thought this was the greatest thing ever. And it brings you some more details down here at the bottom as well in terms of like wildlife. Keep an eye on that so you're not on the runway. Very, very cool, right? It's mostly for general aviation in the airports, so stay alert for traffic advisories. Very cool that it knows this, and I'm very interested in seeing how much more information it provides as I continue in flights with Delta Airlines and whatever airline I like to go to. Bringing us to your profile itself, we click on Lex Stereo up here. It brings you to your little badge here. And you can change your custom headshot to whatever you like. So I have a little logo here, right? You can also do airline code, which is very handy. You can do this whenever you like. And then if you click on Delta Airlines, you will have the opportunity to change your airlines pretty much once you're finished up with your sector. We're going to get to that in a second. And then when you build your schedule, you can go and choose the airline. You can choose your base, so where you're going to start from. And then it tells you right next to it how many routes are available at that airport. I think it's that airport, or maybe it's the surrounding area within an airport. One thing I really, really love about this here is the flight duration. It actually breaks it down by minutes. I like to do short hauls, so anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and 30 are my ideal routes. And this is cruise, I believe. So it's really cool. You can break that down. You can bring all the way up to 6 minutes if you'd like to. And then here, the starting month, based on what I was reading, it says that if you want to fly more in the daytime, choose summer months. If you want to fly more in the nighttime, choose the winter months. And what happens is it changes the time of day in the sim. So keep that in mind. It doesn't use real time. It uses the real time that the flight should be at. And these use real routes, which is really, really cool. And they are adding more airlines as well. One that is currently excluded is SkyWest. I found that out, but Just Flight hopped into our chat and they said, hey, we're going to be adding in more stuff going forward, bug fixes, etc. So understand that. Here's like the block here. So they call it sector. So we have day 1, sector 2 of 4, and these are all early. So I'm in the summertime right now. You can see the time right there, local time. My next flight's going to be 8:57 in the morning. Be landing in Minneapolis around 10:17 a.m. as well. If you click on that guy, you can click on dispatch and you can go ahead and start dispatching. Now, I don't have the sim loaded up, so I can't do anything further with that. Very, very cool. One thing though that makes this different is that it does actually have skill points in it to where you start to, if you click on the button here, you start thinking about other things than just XP in a sim, in the career mode. And it's different from other career modes where XP is to get new planes or just, unlock certain things. This actually is about your wellness. So you'll be able to unlock certain things such as lifestyle, hobbies, jobs, financials, right? And that plays a crucial factor in your overall health of the pilot. And that breaks it down right here. You see health, 99%. And you have to take a medical exam every 10 days. And I think this is real days as well. So this is really, really interesting. And if you see right there, it says if it falls over 70%, you're going to get fees. So very, very cool. Now you're like, whoa, you have a lot of money. Well, that's because of my house. So yeah, there are houses in here too. So if I go to my assets, here's my little house, right? Whoop, wrong button. Here's my little house here. I have nothing in it because I have absolutely no money. I have like 60 something dollars to my name, or maybe it's like 600 bucks. Yeah, right here. $607 to my name. You can buy stuff for your house. So I have a sim pit here I like to do at one point. I click on that area. Here's all the stuff I could eventually buy when I have the money. And so you can see a desk costs $665. The whole system costs $3,324. So, I got a long way to go because I've only done one flight and I made $29, I think it was, on that flight. So they don't pay a whole lot to start off with, but that's great because the career mode is about trying to build your way up and not start up at the top and then work your way down, right? Either way, so far I'm having a good fun time with it. Again, I've only got a small amount of time with it, but in that time, it has been pretty cool. So I do recommend checking it out on the channel here and see if that's something you might be interested in. There'll definitely be more flights with it here on the channel. Give me that like button. Give me a comment down below what you think of this software, or what is your favorite software you like to use as a career mode with flight simming. And we'll see you for the next one. Take care.